Merry Christmas, you filthy animals. Welcome to Wreck the Halls, a one-page RPG created by Thryn Henderson and Grant Howitt. I am your storyteller and reindeer gamer, Zachary Vaudo. Let's introduce our players, starting with Joe.
Hello, my name is Joanna, and I will be playing Gingerbread Reindeer this evening. I don't know what Gingerbread Reindeer is yet, but we'll find out.
On to Sam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Samantha McLarty, and I will be playing Mistletoe tonight. And like Joanna, I have no idea what I'm going to be yet. So
Over to Kat.
Hi, my name is Kat Smith, and I am going to be playing Saturnalia Shotgun. And I don't know what they're like either.
And finally, Johnathan.
Hello, everybody. My name is Johnathan, and I don't know what I'm playing tonight, but I know that my name is going to be Deck Them All.
This game was released yesterday, December 21st, making this the first time that you will ever see it played. Because of that, we are all learning this game together, live on air for your enjoyment. You'll learn it, I'll learn it, they'll learn it. Please go support more games like this via Grant's Patreon, which is patreon.com/GSHowitt, 2 T's. We should have links in the chat shortly for Grant and for Thryn's gaming releases. This game is also supporting Extralife, which is an online grassroots movement working to save local kids through the power of play. Click on the links in the chat to donate what you can. It is, in fact, the season of giving. Now then, time for everybody to learn this game. Let the halls be wrecked. Christmas used to be for everyone until they seized power. They hoarded the wealth, shut the ports, banned gatherings, poisoned the food, and let disease run rampant. Joy and festivities were for them, not us. That was a century ago. Now anywhere that isn't flooded is on fire. The people are dying and alone. They celebrate in their mansions with masked balls and luxury orgies. But we are going to kick their doors in and take Christmas back. You all are byproducts of this catastrophic time. Mutated humanoid reindeer made possibly by pollution, disease, an absurd amount of coal, who knows? But in this hellscape, you've become radicalized, expertized, and cyberized to reclaim what was rightfully yours, rightfully the people's. Christmas in all of its cheery glory. Christmas isn't the widespread holiday that it used to be. Now it is the elite party, once a year, held in the high above, we're going to roll for it, Snowy Mountain Lodge. It is a mask and shadow party, as most rich people parties tend to be, but, oh, nice. But you've got special intel. This year, there's a bonus theme. It is bestial costumes. That is the perfect cover. So now is the time to infiltrate, to steal, to bust things up, to overthrow. Now is when you take Christmas back. But first, we need to build your characters. Our players are going to start by divvying out 10 points among their stat blocks. Each stat can be no higher than 3, but the total must be 10. You do not have to share your stats with the group. You just need to be able to keep track of them. The 5 stats are block, clock, hack, kick, and trick. To break that down for you, block is resist, endure, sustain. It's protecting yourself. Clock is spot, search, discern, perception. Hack is to overcharge something, subvert, rebuild, get into the system, inside the matrix. In theaters this weekend. Kick is to fight, threaten, destroy, maim, wreck. And trick is to evade detection, to lie, to manipulate, to subvert in a more social way than hack. Once you've all divided your points up, just give me a thumbs up. Once again, 10 points total. No stat can be higher than 3. For the most even spread, all 5 of your stats can be 2, but you can spread that however you want to. This stat division will determine how your dice rolls work. When an action requires one of these things, you will roll a number of d6s that is equal to that stat number, plus a modifier based on your gear that may come into play, which we'll get into after you all get your stats.
Just decided to make it balanced.
Sounds good.
I don't understand what those words mean. Balanced.
All right, I've seen thumbs up all around. All right. So as I mentioned, those stats will be the number of d6s that you roll in a situation. The modifier you will add will be based on your gear, such as how suitable it is to the situation. For your gear, you are going to pick from a table of 20 items. The sheet actually says roll 3 random or pick 2. For the fun of it, we're going to go ahead and roll 3. So one by one, you're going to take your d20 and roll it 3 times. I'm going to tell you what your items are. We'll start with Joe.
Rolled a 10.
10, you have a digital lockpick. Brute force through any lock given time.
And the next one is 15.
15, a force blade, vibro-edged machete, popular with razor punks.
11.
11, jump boots, which are safe if used with a body rig, which you do not own. So good luck. Over to Sam.
Okay. 19.
19, you get Weed Blaster, garden tool with a misleading name. It actually starts fires.
Yay. 16.
16, Dead Rat's Peerage, which is a tome of nobility and etiquette. It will help you figure out how to fit in with the high society. It's also very heavy and can be used as a weapon.
Fantastic. 15.
15, you also get the Force Blade, Vibro Edge Machete.
Yay.
Over to Cat.
Okay. Rolled a 19.
19, you also get the Weed Blaster, which is the garden tool that starts fires.
Weed blaster.
I'm sensing there's a trend growing for how tonight's going to go already.
I think so.
I got an 11.
11, you also get Jump Boots,
Jump boots.
which do not come with the safety body rig.
That's fine. 7.
7? 7 is Active Camouflage Raincoat, used to show ads, but you hacked it to blend in with your surroundings.
Acto raincoat. Okay.
And finally, Johnathan. Johnathan, you're muted. I cannot hear you.
Rude. 17.
17, you get a can of High X foam, sprays on and works like C4. It's totally safe.
Oh, I couldn't be happier. 12.
12, you get a sonic grenade, impossibly loud, pried off of a corner shop.
And 6.
6, you get the Chop Shop laser cutter, not intended for use in combat, or so it says on the label. These are your items that you will use to take back Christmas. Once again, these items can be modifiers to your actions depending on their usefulness to the situation. While rolling your dice, each of your d6s that shows a 5 or 6 is a success. The added fun to this is that you will take pressure equal to the value of your lowest rolled dice. This is a game where rolling high across the board will not be to your benefit. When you hit 15 pressure, you are out of the game. You flee, you get trapped, you die, you lose your shit, and so on and so forth. You can remove D6 pressure by satisfying Christmas wishes. Christmas wishes are on a table of 10. The sheet says roll 1 and pick 1. I'm going to have you roll 2. And we're going to go through again. And these are the things where if your pressure starts to build up, I will track it, but you should also track it. Pressure starts to build up, you need to look for a way to fulfill these Christmas wishes to alleviate that pressure. So, Joanna, roll 2 d10s.
10 and 5.
10 and 5. Your Christmas wishes are to find a present for your younger sibling or mom, or broadcast your revolutionary message. These are repeatable actions, I might add. Sam, 2d10.
Okay. 5 and 5.
Reroll one of the 5s.
All right. 2.
2. 5 is find a present for your younger sibling or mom. 2 is make somebody understand the true meaning of Christmas.
Man.
For note, the sheet does not specify what the true meaning of Christmas is. Kat, 2d10, please.
9.
9.
Mhm.
9 is to start a body protest carol session.
Protest carol session?
Yes, you're going to get people singing protest songs.
And 10.
10 is going to broadcast your revolutionary message.
Okay.
And Johnathan.
Okay, that is a 10 on one of these D10s.
10 is broadcast your revolutionary message. So I think the three of you that have broadcast your revolutionary message should probably come up with your revolutionary message.
And 6 is the other one.
6 is ruin something beautiful. So remember, as you build up your pressure, if you want to alleviate pressure before you hit 15, you can achieve one of these goals, which may mean diverting while you're inside to go do this, which, you know, could draw attention to yourself, but it keeps the pressure off of you. Now then, we've established that the Christmas of the elites is being held in a big mansion lodge on a snowy mountain. You all know the mountain. It's right up there overlooking the impoverished section of this town where the rest of you are not allowed to celebrate Christmas. It's almost a reverse Grinch situation here. But you know that they're doing their masked ball as usual, and this time bestial costumes are on the docket, which is a much easier chance for you all to blend in, should you be able to get in, where you can steal things, break things, and otherwise take Christmas back for those down below. Take Christmas back being steal presents to give to all the good little boys and girls, take all the decorations, or just share a season of giving to the rich. You 4 are gathered at the base of the mountain. You know that there are some patrolling guards plus some internal security that you are not able to get details on. You'll have to figure that out once you get there. The 4 of you need to determine how you are getting up that mountain and into the lodge. Are you going through the front door? Are you going through the back, through the windows, up on the rooftop? The floor is yours.
Rooftop.
I mean, clearly rooftop is absolutely the only choice here.
Click, click,
Just
click.
think about it. They'll never see it coming. And it's just so perfect.
Yes.
Through the
let's do
ceiling?
that. Maybe there's a skylight.
Or we just
Skylight or
blow up the roof.
attic, come
That
down
works
the
too.
fucking chimney. I don't know.
Can we still do that? Can we like still make ourselves as small, like, you know, the stuff that they had in those fairy tale books where you make yourself so small that you fit down the chimney and all that other stuff? You know, that big red guy.
We can
And-
try.
If not, I
Yeah.
feel robbed.
I volunteer.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
So excited. I get to do the thing. Or try to.
All right.
And we will watch your enthusiastic and noble sacrifice just in case.
Wait. Does anybody have like I don't know, like a little red bag or something that way, just in case somebody's there when I come down, I can say, you know, ho, 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 I got presents.
I mean, we can probably acquire a little more big red bag, but
I don't think your big red bag will fit unless it's a really big chimney. That could be possible. It could be a big chimney, in which case all of us could
there we
fit.
go.
Hey, red bag!
Problem
Yay!
solved.
It's a small red bag, but it will work.
It works.
You can hide bombs in there.
Enough.
That could be the present.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited about this now. Yes, let's do that. Yeah. So I guess that's what we're doing. We're gonna try to go for the roof, and I'm gonna try to go down the chimney.
Okay.
Yes.
So, how are the four of you going to get up on the roof once you get to the lodge?
Can't we fly?
Jump boots?
Jump boots will allow you to fly. I believe a couple of you have jump boots, which means you could attempt to take the other ones that don't have jump boots with you. That will require rolling once you get up there. But first, let's have you actually get on up the hill. You're ascending the hill. You can see the lights in the distance flickering in the windows of the Snowy Mountain Lodge. It's more of a mountain mansion, but it's made out of wood because burning through resources is exactly the way that they like to celebrate Christmas. There are cars out front. You can see them parked of varying expensiveness. There's a bustle inside, and you can see people walking around outside as if on patrol. With enough timing, you can probably sneak through and get up onto the roof before they see you, or you can try to just disable one of them and then get up onto the roof. It can go either way. You climb and climb and climb until you nestle your mutated reindeer cells in a nearby brush with the mansion in sight.
Okay.
We should be very, very quiet. But
Somebody could cause a distraction, you know, like get people to look over there while we go over here.
could do that. Can we like throw rocks or something and make them look over there? Cause a big noise? Explosion?
Can we throw
maybe?
rocks and like knock them out? Will that work?
Oh, that could work.
You know,
do
That
that.
involves a lot of precision.
Well,
That's fair.
I mean, do we want to hurt anybody or do we want to kill anybody?
Oh, I don't care. These they aren't
Does
like
it matter?
really people. I mean,
No.
these are
they've taken away the fun
rich bastards.
of Christmas.
Exactly. I mean, I don't think any of us are going into this with the idea that we're going to go up there and have, hot chocolate and cookies with them.
Oh, absolutely not. I bet you their cookies are
Alright.
gross. Not enough cinnamon.
Well, they probably just have those old icky ones that are just topped with nothing but sanding sugar and turned into just complete and total
Ugh.
dust in your mouth.
Those are the worst. Ugh.
I have
No
disgusting
Not even
flavor.
myself.
proper gingerbread. Ugh.
All right. Shall we
Well,
then?
I could have an idea, but it'd be really loud, and maybe we should probably save this for not right now.
I have a fire blaster. We could start a fire.
That
That's-
was
I have-
exactly what I was thinking.
Actually,
have
that's a
one
great
too.
idea.
That's fantastic. See,
I
great
have a
minds. There's two
force
of us.
plate.
We should totally do it.
All
I have
the
a force
fires.
plate, so if they come after us, I can
Me
stop them.
too.
Woohoo!
Ah,
I am
we're
here.
so prepared.
starting- Yes, we are. Of course, we're prepared. This is what we're here. This is our duty. We're here to do it. We can do this.
Right. So where am I burning? Or what am I burning? Where, what? Same thing.
Over there, so that draws their attention.
Oh, one of their cars.
Ooh, that'll make a nice big
car.
boom.
That
It can be the one
set
like
off an-
furthest away, so they have to like run to it, you know?
Yes.
That'll make a great big boom.
I'm gonna do that. And then, so yeah, I'm gonna take my weed blaster and start heading that way.
I'm gonna follow
Okay.
Missile Dealer and help because more
Yeah.
fire is always good.
I'm gonna follow just to make sure that if anybody's following us or comes up to us, we can take them out.
I'll keep a
Sa-
lookout.
Sounds good. Are you three just walking over there or are you sneaking over there?
Sneaking.
Probably
Sneaking.
sneaking.
Sneaking will be a roll. Sneaking is going to be a roll that is part of, we're going to say, trick. So go
Got it.
ahead and roll your trick stat for me, please.
Is that a D6?
It is a D6.
I'm gonna use my active camo coat. to
That
blend
sounds
in.
good. So go ahead and go ahead and add 3 d6 to that because it is active camouflage.
3d6.
Yes.
I dropped my. Oh, it landed in the right spot.
I got a 5 and a 1.
5 and a 1. Okay, so you have 1 success, and you are at 1 on your pressure scale.
I got 5, 3, and 2.
5, 3, and 2. That is also 1 success, and you are at. What's your trick stat normally at? 2. So you're adding 3 more d6s to that, so you have a few more dice to roll.
I got a 4 and a 5.
4 and a 5. Okay, so you are at a 4 on the pressure scale, and you have 1 success. Kat, what else did you roll?
6 and a 5 and a 1.
All right, so you are. Where is it? Yeah, so you are also at a 1 on the pressure scale, and you have 3 successes. So between all of those successes, you have reduced your difficulty down to 0, and you have been able to sneak over to one of the diesel engine sports cars that is parked out front.
All right. And yeah, as soon as I get over there, I'm gonna just like start the fireworks.
Mhm.
Open the, is it gas tank? Spray fire down there.
Even
Sounds
better. So,
good.
yeah, doing that.
Mhm.
Oh boy,
All right.
that
Step
explosion
far
is going
away,
to happen a
spray down.
lot sooner than we anticipated.
Mhm.
All
I
right.
got
So
this. Don't worry.
the fire is starting. The gas tank is already igniting. You probably will need to get away from that car before it goes boom.
And grab mistletoe. Do you have jump boots? Don't know.
No.
Jump. Do jump
I have,
boots
I have jump
activated?
boots.
Yes.
All right.
Try and
So
trick it away.
so Gingerbread, are you going to try to grab them and jump boot with both of them,
Um.
or are you
With-
all going to run?
Should probably just run. That's probably-
Yeah.
I can run. That's fine. I can run really fast.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll your block stat. All 3 of you.
5 and a
Got
4.
I
5
got
and a
2.
4.
Oh, 5
one
and
at-
a
3d6.
Hold on, please.
3d6.
One at a time, please. So Joe, you got 5 and a 4. All right, so that is 1 success. You are at a total of 5 on your pressure scale. Kat, what'd you get?
I only rolled a 2 because I keep forgetting I have to roll 3d6.
Well, not for this one.
Oh, it's just a 2 then. I didn't do very
Okay,
well.
so you have 0 successes, and you are now at a 3 on your pressure scale. And Sam,
5 and a 1.
5 and a 1. You are also at a 5 on your pressure scale, but that is 1 success. So you two, running away is not too terribly difficult. You manage to get the majority of the way back to deck them all when the car blows up, and it sends Saturnalia's shotgun tumbling forward a bit from the force of it, but you all manage to regroup. And the guards are racing over to see what that explosion was.
Is the front door guarded now?
Well, the cars are parked in front, so all the guards are gathering in the front, which is near the front door.
Okay. Wasn't sure if they were running further down or not. Okay. Anyway, so to the roof.
To the roof.
Well,
To the
that
roof.
worked.
Fire does all the good things.
I don't disagree. I just didn't think it was going to work that well. Okay, less talking, more go.
All right. The 4 of you run up to the side of the building, and I believe the plan was for each of you that has jump boots to grab onto another one and just jump boots straight up. So those of you with jump boots, please roll. We're going to call it your kick stat, and jump boots, you can add 3d6 to your dice pool.
Uh, 5 and a 6. And a 2.
That is 5, 6, and what?
2.
5, 6, 2. Okay. That is 2 successes, and you were also at a 5 on your pressure scale.
Got a 5, 2, 1, and 3.
That is 1 success, and you are at a 6 on your pressure scale. You all managed to jump boot up. You get mostly to the top. Not quite to the top. It's not exactly a science, but your passengers reach out, scramble, and grab onto the ledge, and hang there for a bit before you manage to pull yourselves up to the top of the roof. And up on the rooftop, click, 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 are 4 little reindeer. Now it's time for you to infiltrate.
All
Take
right.
it again.
Down the chimney then.
Going to the chimney.
All right.
I'm as excited as Deck them all is about the prospect of going down a chimney and, you know, just fully embracing that crazy, you know, I guess overriding desire that all reindeer have to do magic. I'm going to look around to see if there's any other ways to get inside from the roof.
We're gonna go ahead and call that your clock stat.
Okay. Of course, that's one of like my worst ones. That's great.
Can I help?
If you want to roll, you can.
Okay.
I will let you roll if yours is better than mine. And it probably is.
I have only one success, and I have a 5, a 3, and a 1. So
Okay.
one success and 1 to my pressure.
Yep, 1 success. Your pressure is now at 7. You are about halfway to the top of your pressure meter. But you see one large chimney, one closed skylight. It looks like there isn't really a way to open it. It's a very big one. And then 2 smaller skylights that look like they hinge down into rooms that you have not seen into yet. And this is what you see on top of the roof.
Looks like there's other ways in other than the chimney. Should we split up? Mistletoe can take the chimney, and maybe the rest of us can take the skylights.
But if Mistletoe takes the chimney, then Mistletoe is the only one that's going to be there in the room with all of them.
Yeah, but we'll be
Which
in the room.
actually
We'll just
would
be
really be
behind them.
funny and would be amazing.
Oh.
And I'm gonna have a grenade. I hope.
Oh yeah.
I could give you this cool thing I found too. And Deck them all will hold up the sonic grenade. I would be willing to donate that to the cause of you causing complete and total chaos.
I love it. It's gonna be great.
Here. Merry Christmas!
I'm gonna take it.
All right,
Oh.
please add the sonic grenade to your inventory, and Deck them all, please remove the sonic grenade from your inventory.
Absolutely.
So what is the entry plan?
I intend on just trying to Santa Claus it down the chimney
Okay,
with a grenade.
okay, and the rest of you 3?
Skylights.
If there are,
I'm
are
going
there
to go and look
skylights?
at the big. I'm going to look through the big skylight first,
Uh-huh.
because maybe we
Fair.
should make sure that there's not, in fact, all of the fire in that fireplace first.
Good idea.
All right,
Roast venison is not on the menu tonight.
all right, so please roll your clock stat for this.
I will do that and probably do terribly. But let's find out. That is a 5
All right,
on
Is that
my
your-
whopping 1 dice.
okay. That now, per the rules, you take your lowest rolled dice to your pressure. So while you have 1 success, you are also now at a 5 on your pressure scale.
Duh!
To recap, Joe, you were at a 7. Sam, you were at a 5. Kat, you were at a 5. John, you were at a 5. But looking through the skylight, you see long, ornate buffet tables with silver platters of all kinds of meats and cheeses. You see bars being manned by bartenders, serving drinks, glass after glass. You see so many people mingling about inside, all dressed up in suits or in cloaks with different animal heads or animal masks on. Some look like tigers, some look like deer, some look like birds. They all have a different theme to it, but they all look vaguely animalistic as they dance and party and cajole inside. You do not see a fireplace. You do see a massive party.
No fireplace.
Hmm.
One might discern from this that the chimney will not lead directly into this room where everybody seems to be.
Curiosity.
Yes.
There's no smoke coming out of the chimney, right?
There does not seem to be smoke coming out of the chimney.
Good, because that would have been
probably been a
awkward.
much that would have probably been a much simpler check now that I think about it.
Okay, so Mistletoe is going to go through the chimney while Gingerbread Reindeer, Saturnalia Shotgun, and Deck Them All are going to go down through the other two openable skylights into rooms unknown.
Mhm.
All right.
Do we bring a rope?
You did not bring a rope.
How far is the jump down?
There is only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm. Look in the skylight and maybe
It-
judge with hard math.
If you want to make like a serious calculation judgment, you'll have to roll your clock skill,
Okay, so
or you can
let's-
just sort of wing it.
I'm gonna do a clock just to get an idea of what I'm doing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wing it.
What did you roll?
A 1.
1. All right, you were at a 6 on your pressure scale, and you can probably make it.
Yeah,
You can probably make
be
it.
fine. Yeah.
All right. So the three of you move over and open up the skylights. You push, they hinge open as Mistletoe moves over to the chimney. We're going to start with Mistletoe as the solo rider here before we go to how the three of you are jumping in. So Mistletoe, describe your descent.
Well, I probably stand there for a second going, I'm not getting smaller. How does this work? Shit. Okay. I guess it's the old-fashioned way. So I'm gonna climb over and then put my back against one side of it and just ease myself down.
Mm-hmm. And down, and down, and down, and down, and down, and down until your butt hits the ashy base of the fireplace.
And I'm going to try to maneuver myself to where I can see into, I guess, whatever room I'm in
Mhm.
before coming out.
You see a room full of books. Books all over the walls, books on the floor, books on the table, books on the chair. It seems to be some kind of a study. And in this room, you also see, what number is that? You also see something that you haven't seen in your life. You've heard about it though. It's looks like it's a bit taller than you. You've heard tale of this, something called a tree. They used to decorate it in the olden days for such a holiday, and this one does seem to be decorated. It has shiny things hanging off of it, off of the, what do they call them? Arms on the tree. Arms is probably what they call them, right? Lots of shiny rope wrapped around the tree. And it's just sitting there in the middle of the room. And it's an empty room.
I'm gonna come out and go over to the tree and
Mhm.
just kind of inspect it. And then I'm just gonna start taking the items off of the tree, the rope and the pretty shiny things. These will
Okay.
make good presents for, my mom or my sibling.
Very good. Is is finding a present for your sibling or mom one of your Christmas wishes?
Yes, it is.
You have cleared your current pressure scale.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then I'm just
this room
gonna
is
keep
full
them.
of this room is full of books and a now picked clean Christmas tree. As you put the ornaments into your bag, and there's one door that leads out into the house. We will shift over now to our other three. Are you each going down? Are you splitting up down the two separate skylights? Or are you all going down one?
Let's make a splashy entrance and sing protest carol songs as we jump down.
You're going to attempt to get everybody to sing protest songs as you jump in?
Yeah.
All right. For that, I will have you roll, but if you succeed, then you'll definitely get it. So roll your trick for me and add 2d6 to your pool.
So then it just makes it 3d6.
Okay.
I got two sixes and a 1. So
Perfect. Don't even worry about the one. You have cleared your pressure pool as Paindeer and Decamal feel very jovial as you sing your songs about overthrowing the tinselarchy as you descend down this skylight into an unknown room. Now, once again, are you all going down the same skylight or are you splitting up? Just so I can keep track of you.
Same
Same
one,
skylight?
I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Superhero landing.
sounds good. You all superhero land with the songs going. You look up. It's a janitor's closet. It's a very big janitor's closet, but it's definitely a janitor's closet.
This janitor's closet is bigger than my house. It's bigger than my
Oh, this
house,
seems like
your
you don't
house,
have a
and-
house.
What storyteller? What is in the
House.
janitor's
Yeah.
closet?
Janitor things, mop buckets and brooms, and it seems like a stack of something robotic like drone cleaners that maybe just get deployed around the house when they don't have to spot clean something.
How big are these drum cleaners?
They're all about this big. They're roughly disc shaped.
Like Roombas.
Yeah, like Roombas.
Okay.
They don't look like they necessarily run on the ground all the time, though.
Okay. Yeah, these things might be useful. Do we want to start running these?
I
Cause a distraction with the cleaning
I'm-
bots.
I
I'm
like your
willing to
thinking.
try to-
Yes,
I'm totally willing to try to hack one of these things.
exactly. Me
Interesting.
too.
Oh,
You
How
try to
many
hack
of
one
them?
of them?
3 of them?
There's a stack of them.
Yes.
Oh, this is happening.
Okay, deck them all. See if you can hack it by
Yes.
rolling your hack skill. And I will say go ahead and add 1d6 to your pool.
I like 1 and a 4. So
All right, so no successes for you, Saturnalia, and you were at a 1 on your pressure scale again.
6, 6, and 2 3s.
All right, that is 2 successes, and you are now at an 8 on your pressure scale, but you managed to hack 4 of the drones as their lights blink on green, then red. And they start to detach from their holsters and roll and bump into the door.
I can make them go
Open the
wherever
door.
I want them to go. Okay, open the door.
let's open the door.
All right, you open the door and they disperse down the hall.
Oh, wow.
Wow, this will be a nice little mess, won't it? Well, oh no,
I
it won't be a mess.
mean-
It'll be a clean.
Bad fun.
I'm gonna take one of the brooms.
Okay, you now have a broom.
Are there any
And
chemicals in here?
there's some chemicals in jugs, all sorts of cleaner.
Okay.
Improvised bomb.
Yes. You and I are thinking on the same wavelength. I like that. Okay, let's do this. So I can't remember my chemistry. I'm too tired right now. So we'll just say, can any of these chemicals that are in here create an improvised bomb?
Go ahead and roll your clock stat for me and figure it out.
All right. I have no successes.
All right.
Yeah.
What is your lowest dice rolled?
2.
All right. You're pretty sure that a couple of the jugs that have fire on the side of them could be explosives, like the little diamond with a little flame in it. But you can't like really piece together like how it's going to blow up, what kind of explosion it's going to make. But these definitely could they catch on fire at least. You were also at a 9 on your pressure scale.
Yep. So these ones, maybe we mix them together, see what happens. What do you think, Saturnalia?
Maybe, can I maybe see to help if I can look at them?
Yeah, if you want to roll your clock ability.
Let me drop my dice. I rolled a 5.
Okay. So just a 5? That's
Just
only
a 5. Yeah.
Okay. So that's going to put you to a 6 total on your pressure scale. But yeah, the ones with the little fire on them are definitely flammable. They will explode. You can also tell the ones with the you can sort of parse out. You're not really a reader, as they like to call it, but you start to recognize words that match up, like this label of this bottle. On this other bottle, it says, do not mix with that name, which means it probably makes a bad thing. And you're able to pair some of those together.
And like this stuff, I don't know how to do this without, well, I don't think we're affected by the smells anymore. I don't know.
No, I can't smell anything anymore. It's just,
Do we breathe?
You do breathe, but the outside world is sort of like siphoned off your ability to really get affected by toxic chemicals. You live in it.
I mean, it just sort of smells like, Tuesday.
all
Let's
right.
gas them out.
Yep.
Probably kill them in the process.
Maybe.
All right. So you've got your jugs of chemicals and you are moving out into the hallway. We're going to kick back over to Mistletoe. Out in the hallway, you see it's a long hallway and there's a few different doors and you can hear the party all the way down. Seems like the end of the hallway. But there's a handful of doors around here in the meantime.
So I can hear the party. I'm gonna start walking down the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna head to the party sound.
Okay. You're walking and you hear something. It's a whirring sound. It's kind of mechanical. It's getting closer. It's hard to tell where it's coming from, but it's getting closer.
I'm going
closer.
to pull out the force blade. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out the force blade and be ready.
Okay. It's getting closer. And then from one of the side hallways, 2 round disc looking robots just come zipping down the hall, bump into your legs, do a
The hell?
360 spin and turn. And keep going.
Okay. Gonna keep going then. I'm gonna keep my little force blade though at the ready.
Okay. You're
Going
walking.
further.
You're walking. You hear the whirring again. Go ahead and roll your clock stat for me.
5 and 5.
5 and 5. That's 2 successes, but you're at a 5 on your pressure scale. It is a different kind of whirring than you just heard. This one sounds a little less mechanical, a little more high tech.
Okay. I have my blade. Do I see anything at all? Do I
Not
like,
yet.
looking around?
Not yet, but it's
Gonna-
definitely getting closer, and it sounds bigger than what you just bumped into.
Then I'll keep the blade for right now. I this close to grabbing the fire again, but we're not there yet. So I'm gonna keep going, but I've got the blade ready just in case. Like,
All right. From one of the other side hallways, you see looks like a red light that just sort of sweeps back and forth. And then floating through is a metal sphere sort of bobbing in the air. It's got Christmas lights wrapped around it. And one big red light on the front. And it stops in the center and it turns away from you. And you see the red light again as it scans. And it looks like this particular drone is scanning the hallway for security purposes.
I'm gonna hit it with the force blade then.
Okay, go ahead and roll your kick stat for me and add 2d6.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do Morgan Freeman voice, and that was where everything went wrong.
All right. I got 2 5s, a 6, and then 2 3s.
All right, your pressure is at 8, but you very cleanly, with the vibro-edged machete, slice through this drone as it starts to turn. You hear the mechanical wrenching sound as the blade cuts through. You hear a high-pitched beep as it disconnects, and then a loud clang as the metal hits the ground. You then hear beeping from inside the mechanism. And further down the hall, you hear matched beeping as more of that whirring sound starts up. We're gonna cut back over to the other three.
I fucked up.
All right.
You're coming out of the
going down
janitor's
hall.
closet. You're coming out of the janitor's closet with a lot of chemicals, a broom, into another hallway.
Hey, at least I'm better equipped this time while coming out of the closet.
It's a much longer hallway. You hear sounds of a party all the way down on the end. And again, there's a handful of rooms littering this hallway as you can walk towards the sounds of the party. I'd like to remind you all of your pressure scores at the moment. Joe, you're at 9, Kat, you're at 6, Johnathan, you're at 8. And a reminder for all 4 of you to alleviate this pressure, satisfy Christmas wishes.
You need to figure out how to dump this chemical on top of the party goers all at once is my idea.
I think that's a great idea.
And
I
then
think that's or on top of their food. But then again, we want their food. We don't want to waste their food.
Yeah, we don't
No.
want to waste the food. I mean, we can sacrifice maybe one thing of food. Like if I find some particularly prettily decorated cake, I want to destroy it. But anyway.
what about
Or
their
those disgusting sugar cookies, the ones that are like too sweet and don't taste like anything.
punch bowl?
Ooh. Spike the punch. Okay. Okay, I gotcha.
But that's going to necessitate us getting into that party.
Well, I mean, we look like them right now, don't we? They're trying to be us.
That's a fair point. That is definitely a fair point. I mean,
Maybe we can even win best costume.
I have never wanted anything more than this in my entire life. Let's do it.
I mean, maybe there's a cut. Yeah, sure. Maybe there's a contest. Let's go.
go in there singing the protest songs again.
I will absolutely join you in singing the protest songs, especially
I
this
will
time, since I could
definitely-
blow off some steam for sure.
Yeah.
So the three of you are going to go in singing your protest songs.
Maybe that's not a good idea.
Well, we
If
could
we're
just
trying to blend in and we're
Yeah.
singing protesty songs, that would
do
be
that.
bad.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe we go in there, we blend in, and then we can sing protest songs, except we make the protest songs like Christmas carols so that they don't actually know, like jingle bells, the dollar smells, something something. I don't know.
Silent night. Something night. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
yeah,
Let's go.
bad at
Let's go
this.
towards the sounds. Let's go towards the music. Let's go towards the party.
I don't know.
Onward.
Oh, active camo raincoat. I'm going to use and hide the chemicals underneath of it as we walk in.
Okay.
That's brilliant.
And so the three of you walk down the hall towards the party, and the sound gets louder and louder. And you turn the corner to the brightly lit main party room. We can take a break there. So
Oh!
go ahead and everybody refresh your drinks, take your bio breaks. We'll be back in like 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere in between, to see what more holiday fun our 4 mutant cybernetic reindeer can get up to. See you all in a bit. Welcome back to Wreck the Halls, a one-page RPG by Thryn and Grant Howitt. If you're just tuning in, this RPG one-pager was released yesterday, and we are playing it today. We have our 4 mutant cybernetic reindeer here who are breaking into a snowy mountain lodge where there is a masked party, bestial themed, and they're going to take back Christmas from the elite. Where we left off, Mistletoe, you have just bisected a security drone, a rather festive security drone, and you hear what sounds like a half dozen or more of them coming down the hall behind you. They're not there yet, but they will be, and this time their eyes will be facing front towards you.
First door on the right sounds like a great option.
First door on the right it is. You run, get in, and you close the door all the way. Do you peek through to see where they're going?
Not until I think that they've passed me.
Okay.
And then I'll open just a little bit to look.
All right, so you close the door. In this room, you see, what do we got in here? You see cabinet full of trophies and a stained glass window looking out into the outside. It's got an old stern looking woman in it appears to be a business suit as the design. White curly hair, very, very grim look on her face. And then this large cabinet of trophies that all say first, number 1, gold on them. It's a strange little trophy room, but you're in it.
So have the drones have passed, right?
Not just
Or do I
yet.
know yet? Not yet? Okay. I'm going to go and grab one of the trophies.
Mhm.
And I'm guessing, is one of them like a little person on it?
It is. It's a little person. He's got both hands up in the air. And as you look at it, again, reading is not the forte of any of you, but these are short words on this. It says, best day ever.
I'm going to break the little man off
Mhm.
and stick it in my bag as another gift.
And you have cleared your pressure.
And hold on to the others, and as soon as I hear the drones passing me,
Mhm.
I'm going to kind of glance out to see when they're when they've gotten a good distance away.
Yep.
Maybe rounded a corner or something. I don't know.
You hear a faint jingling sound as the whirring gets louder and goes by the door. It pauses, and you hear the jingling retreat. They get further and further away from you.
Okay, I will peek out the door. Are they still in that same hallway, or?
They've split up. One of them, half of them have gone back down the hallway. The other half have gone down the side hallway. They are adorned with little jingle bells and tinsel as they hover.
Is
and
there a
float.
door across the hall from me?
Yes, there is.
Okay, I'm going to slowly open the door,
Mhm.
and before I run out, I'm going to full on throw the trophy at that stained glass window, because fuck those people, and then dart across the hall to the next room.
Okay. The window does crash right through the old lady's face,
Good.
and you rush in as you hear the whirring sound stop and then speed as it's going back towards the sound. And it sounds like they're going to investigate the source of the crash.
And yeah, I'll go to the room on the other side, and go in and wait there. And can I tell if they go into the room, like if they're going into the room.
That will be rolling your clock stat and
I'll do that.
add 2d6 to that roll.
All right. All right, I got a 6, a 5, and 2 3s.
All right, your pressure is back up to 3, but listening very closely, you can hear the sound change on the little jingling and the whirring as it sounds as if it gets a bit more echoey, like they're going into the room that you just smashed the window of. And you can hear the jingling stop as if they stopped moving once they've gotten into that room.
They're all in the room though?
You think so?
Gonna peek out of the door just a little bit to see.
You weren't quite sure how many there were, but there's a lot of them in there. And they're all looking at the window scanning.
I'm gonna try to very quickly shut the door on them and lock them in there.
Easily done.
And then sorry.
You're good.
And then I guess did I see what was in the other room by any chance?
You were focused on
Okay.
on this, but you can turn around and look if you want.
Yeah, I'll glance briefly into that room to see what's in there.
All right, in here it's a lot of sitting chairs, and on the wall there's a very large oil painting. It's kind of ugly. It's a large oil painting. It looks like a bored ape of some kind, just up on the wall, looking off to the side.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the little torch and just and then I'm gonna head back and continue going towards the music.
All right, you torch the oil painting. It starts to peel and bubble. As you go back out, you hear from the door that you've closed the drones into, you hear bump jingle as they try to go into the door. And you are now heading towards the sounds of the party?
Yep.
All right. And you head towards the sounds of the party, where you will see, once you get there, the scene that I'm about to describe to the other three who are already there. You see towering pyramid of champagne glasses, 600-seat dining table full of plates and steak knives. It's a table just encircles the room. The buffet tables that you saw from the skylight. And you see people dancing and mingling, talking, laughing, all in their animal masks and their cloaks and their suits, having a grand old time this Christmas night. They don't seem to have paid any mind to you. You do look a little bit like you blend in. Not terribly, but just enough to be present. And this is one of the most lavish sights that you have ever seen. There's a large chandelier overhead. Looks like it's brass with crystals hanging from it, lighting the room.
Are there any Christmas trees in this room?
There are not. There's lots of decoration, lots of baubles and tinsel and lights. No trees. It appears that Mistletoe found one of the last living Christmas trees.
As soon as I see them, and then the food, I'm just gonna make eye contact with them and go,
Yeah, and Gingerbread's gonna nod and back. Yes.
Okay, go into the food.
Okay, what are you doing at the food?
I am going to start eating pieces and putting some in my bag, and eating pieces and putting some in my bag.
All right.
No.
Mistletoe is just digging in and stuffing in the bag.
Gingerbread's doing the same. She's actually stuffing them in the bag, but only specific ones. She's stuffing the crisp chocolate covered gingerbread hearts so that she can give them to her mom because it's her mom's favorite. And that,
Is finding a present one of your Christmas wishes?
yes.
You have cleared your 9 pressure.
Yes. Okay, awesome.
All right, so Gingerbread and Mistletoe are stuffing their faces and stuffing their bags. Deck them all and Saturnalia. You notice a couple of masked suit people at the buffet table, giving a sideways glance at your 2 compatriots as they're not exactly properly eating. But they don't say anything. They're just kind of looking.
Rude.
Is this, I don't know. Is this a good time to broadcast a revolutionary message, or should we wait?
Probably we should wait just for right now.
Okay.
Unless I can figure out how to broadcast it through the cleaner bot thingies.
Or start singing our protest Christmas songs. No, not yet. Okay.
Not yet, not yet.
I like look up at the chandelier. I'm like, and then I look around the room. Are there like staircases going up?
There is one at the far end.
Okay. Because I was like getting an idea for the chandelier, which includes dropping it on a bunch of people.
I will absolutely ride that thing all the way to the ground.
Mm-hmm. So
Gingerbread is done stuffing her face, and she's gonna go and join Saturnalia and,
all right.
And everybody else.
Same.
The 2 suited masked people sort of watch you, follow you as you leave. They don't say anything, but they're perplexed at your behavior.
I have a bottle of champagne as well, or whatever is on there, and I'm just drinking out of it. Turkey leg or whatever cookie, and I'm eating and drinking.
The drinking part is not out of place. You do see quite a few of the party goers imbibing, getting a bit louder as they drink. It is a party after all.
And yeah, going over to the others. What's the plan?
Well, you have a grenade, right?
I do have the grenade. I can throw it at them.
What do you guys think of throwing the grenade?
Or
look up and see there's that chandelier.
Oh,
Oh,
I have my jump
it's
boots.
pretty.
I might be able to fly up there. And then I wonder if we can cut through the chandelier with our force blades. Ooh.
if not, I'm pretty sure I have something that can get its way through the chain pretty quickly.
All right, I'm listening.
I have one of the laser cutter thingies that they use in shops. So just saying.
That's totally awesome.
Do you have the boots though?
No.
You know what? I think you're the same size as me. Here, I'm gonna give you my boots for now. Just take care of them, right?
Oh boy, I promise.
All right, go ahead and swap the jump boots from your inventory. Gingerbread,
Okay.
you are now bootless.
I will give whatever I'm wearing on my feet to Gingerbread.
And
Oh boy.
all right, so you're eyeballing the chandelier. What else are you going to do in this party full of the upper crust, celebrating Christmas while everybody around them outside and the rest of the world goes without? How are you going to take Christmas away from them and give it to your people, or just yourselves?
I think Mistletoe would lean over and she'd just say, "Oh, by the way, before we leave, there's the room that the chimney, that room. There's a tree,
Burn it
A
down.
real tree?
a real
Mhm.
tree.
They
Oh
took
my
I
the
gosh,
took
I've
all the
only ever
pretties
heard of
off
those.
of it.
Ooh.
See,
my
I took all the
gosh.
pretties. They're right here.
Ooh.
We have to steal the tree.
Yeah. Okay. We're
Yes.
taking the
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's steal the tree.
Yes.
You know what? I wonder if we can make all this food disappear too.
I mean, I could probably eat some more of it.
I mean, we could always go with the original plan of I like open my cloak and show the chemicals that I've been
What were you
holding
gonna do with
I
those?
mean,
Oh, I mean, they make a bomb.
Hmm.
They make a big boom.
Oh.
Yeah,
cool.
Saturnalia is smart. She knew that these two make a bomb.
Oh, you could pour some of it into like some of the bottles that haven't been that they're using.
I can find the
Ooh.
empty bottles and put.
And then go out into then start kind of pretending like you're dancing around and just hand somebody the random bottles and then ease your way back out.
Mhm.
You should do that. We can make him. Okay, no.
That'll be
I
a
got
good
an idea.
distraction
Yes, it
when
will
they
be a
start
good idea.
drinking it.
Yes, I have an idea. So here's what we're gonna do. And okay, so you go and get the empty bottles and start pouring all of that into them, and then so that they have no way to go and get any more from the champagne tower. I am happy to be a drunk and go and tip into the champagne tower and accidentally bring it all down, just because it's really pretty and shiny and I need to destroy it. I just hate it so much anyway. So
You hear a sound of a clearing throat behind you, as you turn, there's a rather large man in a tiger mask standing there, and you can't really tell the facial expression because of the mask, but he's looking at the four of you. He says, "Excuse me, some of the other guests have expressed some concerns that I just wanted to make sure that the four of you are doing all right this evening. See if there's anything that can help you with."
Of course,
Etiquette
why wouldn't
book.
we be?
All right, well, with the etiquette book.
I don't know what to do with it, but I have an etiquette book.
Okay, do you want to try to use what you've learned from the etiquette book to talk your way out of this?
Yes.
All right,
Let's try that.
all right. So go ahead and roll trick plus 3d6.
All right. All right. I got a 6 and a 5 and a 1 and a 1 and a 2.
All right, that is 2 successes. So go ahead and talk to the man as he asks if there's anything he can help you all with. If you're doing all right this evening.
Yeah, totally doing great. Great party, right? I'm gonna try to pretend like I'm intoxicated like everybody else. It's working for them. It'll work for me. So yeah, just great party. Lots of food. It's so good.
was a
Have
lovely
you
party.
tried those cookies over there?
I have not. I've
Do you
heard.
want some of this? And I'm gonna hand him the bottle of champagne.
And you can kind of see it through the eye holes, like a look of realization as you like swish around this half-empty bottle of champagne. He goes, and he puts the hand on. No, I think that'll be fine. Just go a little slow. We have a whole night of
Chug,
Christmas
chug,
ahead
chug.
of us.
Sure thing. Chug, 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 chug.
And he looks to the other three. He looks to the three of you. Just do look after your friend, and he walks away.
Wow,
I'm not-
I hate it.
how
Yeah.
rude.
My only other option was to hit him with the book.
No, don't hit him with the book. Bad idea.
No, don't throw the book at him.
Maybe later. So, you got champagne tower. We'll fill bottles and then do the
Yes,
dancey
yes.
thing. And then
I mean, no. Go over to the empty bottles and put one of them that says flammable in the empty bottles. Like go off to the side, away from
Okay.
people.
You manage to spot a couple of empty bottles on like a waiter's tray. It looks like they're going to be taking it away. You'll have to grab them
Yeah.
before they get taken away, and then fill up the chemicals.
Yeah, go grab one. I'm just like, I want this one as a souvenir of my party time. Maybe
Go ahead and roll your trick, but add 1d6.
trick. So 2d6.
Going along. I need this.
I rolled a 6.
All right. What was the other one?
Oh, 3.
Okay. So you're now at a total of 9 on your pressure scale, but the waiter just looks at you perplexed, but doesn't really move to stop you as you grab the bottles off of the tray. Just, oh, okay. And you're in possession of empty bottles as you head off to the side to fill them with chemicals.
Bleach. I don't know what bleach. I can't read, so I just like pick one.
You're doing the matching game again that you did
Yeah.
before, just to pour them in.
Yeah. Yep.
What are the other three of you up to while the chemicals are being mixed?
I am going to be walking my way, or stumbling my way nearer to the champagne tower, so that when everything is ready, I can be the drunken idiot and knock this all over or make everything go terribly by taking a glass from the wrong part of it.
Sounds good. The other two?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably go over to where Saturnella is and finish off the last of that bottle and then hand it to her. Here's another one.
Thanks.
And then just kind of look out and keep guard, make sure
Okay.
nobody's watching.
Spike in
Yeah.
the punch.
And I think Gingerbread's just gonna kind of walk around the room and make sure nobody's, staring or paying too much attention to her friends.
All right,
Am I
go ahead
seeing
and
any Christmas presents or anything like that around?
you see boxes that look like they are decorating the corners of the room. They are gift wrapped. They could be presents. Hard to tell without giving them a good shake. But go ahead and roll your clock stat for me and add 2d6.
Two successes, and my lowest is a 1.
All right, you're at a 1 on your pressure scale. Nope, you don't see people watching your friends. They all seem to be caught up in the party. You do see one group, though, of people all gathered around a very large, burly-looking man with a reindeer half mask on. And he's got a very shiny tie pin. It looks like it's curved like a candy cane. You're pretty sure, because you've seen this man on billboards littering the town, you're pretty sure that this is Nicholas Santos, the man who actually runs this Christmas party every year.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? I think Gingerbread's going to just slowly walk up and join the circle of people that are crowding around Mr. Nicholas and just listening to what he's saying.
And they're all talking about, they're sharing some stories about some large outing that they had a couple months ago where one of the people in the group was clearly very embarrassed by something that happened and everybody's laughing at their expense.
All right. I think Gingerbread is going to circle around and just look Santos straight in the eye and say, I'm just surprised that you haven't, spread this wonderful party into more places. I mean, this is fantastic. How has nobody else heard about this?
And he chuckles as he breaks off of the group laughter. Goes, my dear lady, are you talking about franchising the Christmas party?
Of course. Of course. I mean, we should talk business. We should talk business.
I like it. I don't think I've seen you around here before.
I'm not around much. I have business to take care of. And Gingerbread is clearly has no idea what the hell she's talking about. So she's kind of just like babbling and throwing in financial words and things like that. And stuff about stocks and other stuff like that. And she's
Go ahead and roll your trick stat for me. I'll let you add 1d6 to this.
I have failed.
All right, what was
I
your
have
lowest die?
1.
Okay.
However, because I feel like failing this might actually result in something fairly bad happening. I would like to see if I can invoke a real Christmas miracle by silently in my head saying to the goddess of batteries not included, goddess of batteries not included, please, please give me some batteries, give me some juice for this, our Christmas miracle.
That
And
was
I think I get to
fantastic.
re-roll.
Yes, you do.
So
That is amazing. I don't even know what the hell just happened, but I'm here for it.
You also get to add 4 more D6s to your pool as a real Christmas miracle occurs.
Okay. Okay. Let's re-roll this. There we go. 2 successes. And
2
lowest
successes.
is a 2. Yes. Oh
All
my
right.
God.
So your pressure is up to 3, but Mistletoe, you as you're looking around and watching guard, you scan over, you see Gingerbread talking with a group of people, and Nicholas Santos in particular. And she seems nervous and babbling, but suddenly, as if filled with the Christmas spirit itself, she seems to like hit her stride. And as you take a few steps forward, you hear business terms that you've never heard before just pouring out of her mouth as she's talking about acquisitions, and she's talking about ledgers and a bunch of other words that you don't think you've ever heard before. And Nicholas Santos seems completely engrossed in whatever the hell Gingerbread is babbling on about. It's working. And Nicholas goes, I can't believe I've never seen you here before. You are quite the asset.
Wow. You know me, I just, I'm around, and the fact that you haven't met me just means that I haven't been in the same places as you at the same time. She's clearly, that's a bit what she's talking about still, but it's really interesting. Down the hill, that they don't have Christmas down there.
And you see his lip curl a little bit at that and goes, yes, I'm aware.
What would you think about starting a Christmas franchise party down there? The bargain version of the Christmas party franchise.
And the rest of the group joins in the laughter and goes, oh, my dear, I don't think they could possibly afford it. But I like where your head's
bargain
at.
Version. That's why it's the bargain version. It's like last year's model, right?
Oh, honey, I don't think that they have I don't even think they have enough for a quarter of the price.
Well, we could try, but I can totally understand that this is something that you would be skeptical about. But I think if we get some corporate sponsorship for it, it might actually work.
Tell you what, I'll think it over. How about that? Yeah.
Sure. And Gingerbread goes back to says, well, you have a good night then.
Merry
And
Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And she walks back over to Missile and Saturnalia.
What was that?
That is the jerk who stole Christmas.
He needs a bottle.
Yeah, he runs all these parties. He doesn't want anybody else to have the parties. I even suggested that maybe he do like a bargain version of the party and of Christmas, make Christmas cheaper. And he said no.
Oh, he needs a bottle.
Yep.
He needs a bottle. We have to give him a bottle.
Yeah.
Here's one.
Taking that. You already have rapport. You take it. She's gonna hand it to Gingerbread.
Send it over there through a waiter and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Does that work?
Well, can I put a cork in it or something like that? Can I like make it Yeah, and let's wrap it up in like a bow.
Okay. Oh,
Trick.
I've oh, it might be too long. Oh wait, I've got this shiny tinselly stuff here that I pulled off the tree.
That
Okay,
works.
yeah, let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Wrapping
right.
it around. Okay.
And then the next waiter that comes by, basically Gingerbread's gonna put the stop the waiter, put the bottle on the waiter's tray and say, now this is a special gift for Mr. Nicholas, and just tell him it's from his new friend and we should talk business.
The waiter looks confused, but nods and just walks away with the bottle in the general direction of the group that you came from.
I hope that works.
So we should probably get started distributing the rest of these before he starts drinking that one.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I guess how many bottles did we have total?
2 more now.
Two
Now
more?
that Nicholas
Okay.
is going to be receiving one.
So who wants to go dancing?
I just want to blow up shop now. We've been dilly-dallying. I want to broadcast my message of revolution.
And
take out-
Mistletoe is gonna grab her arm and grab one of the bottles, and she's just gonna like, then let's go,
Yes.
and drag her along to the dance floor.
Is just waiting to create a catastrophe.
Yep, Deckamal, you were just hanging out near the tower of champagne glasses, watching your friends like bumble about with bottles as the tower looms over you precariously.
Oh, this is how we're all gonna die, and I'm here
And
for
so
it.
yeah, then I guess as soon as we get out to the dance floor, Mistletoe's just gonna be swinging around with the bottle. Woo! And here you go, have another, and give it to somebody, and start dancing her way off the dance floor, looking out for Saturnella. See what I did? You do that too.
Mhm.
And people are like, the person like takes the bottle and is, very drunkenly like waves it at you as you dance away.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Let's get the fuck out of here. Let's
Let's get their Christmas tree. I want their Christmas tree.
We also
Go
have to
into the
start.
tree.
But let's go. I want to walk upstairs and blow up that chandelier.
Samesies.
Yes.
Okay, well, how
I'm gonna
about
take. I'm gonna take the bag from you
Mhm.
with the grenade in it. And because we wanted explosion.
Yeah.
And you're gonna try to go up the stairs to get close a bit higher up vantage point.
Yes.
All righty.
Before you
Uh,
go, Mistletoe's gonna say, don't do it yet. Wait until they start drinking the bottles, because I want to see what happens.
And Deck them all is just waiting for the sign, the signal, the time.
Sign the signal the time. Go ahead and roll me your clock stat to get a better vantage point of what's going on around here.
Oh, I was afraid you were gonna ask me to do that.
Mhm.
Oh, that dice is lost forever. Sorry, everybody. That is a 4.
Just a 4. All right. You're kind of losing your friends in the party.
Yeah.
It's getting a little it's a lot going on here, and like you're feeling the pressure start to mount on you. You're at a 12 on your pressure scale at the moment, and starting to feel a little bit claustrophobic. With all this stuff going on, you're feeling like a heavy need to alleviate the pressure.
Yep. And you know what? That screw it. The signal is gonna be now. I will turn a few times around. Sort of, the first few times are just me trying to find a way out of the situation, and then the last few times is me remembering, oh right, I'm supposed to be pretending I can be drunk, so I can swing an arm out and hopefully just knock the fuck out of several supporting parts of this beautiful champagne tower.
All right. Remind me of your Christmas wishes again.
Destroy something beautiful.
All right. I'm not even going to make you roll for that one because it's easy enough to do, and you clear your pressure as tower of champagne glasses comes crashing in a loud rain of glass and liquid, just spreading across the floor. Gasps as it just keeps hitting, and the room goes silent as everybody's looking at you and the destroyed champagne tower.
Too much eggnog. I'll pay for that.
And slowly they start to like talk amongst themselves, and it seems like they're starting to like try to go back into the party mode, but they're all like, what on earth was that? For the other three of you, all attention has been drawn off of you at this point.
Bomb. Chandelier.
So you're going to attempt to throw the sonic grenade into the chandelier?
Yes.
All right. And to what end? You're going to attempt to just drop the chandelier right now?
On everybody that's just there staring.
All right. You go ahead and roll your kick stat for me and add 2d6.
Has anybody started drinking the poisoned champagne yet?
You can roll your clock stat to see if you can spot people drinking your specific bottles.
No.
I got a 5,
Mhm.
and my pressure goes up by 3.
All right. So you're at 7, and you definitely have seen people drinking. Like you see people like pouring, and they're starting to drink from the bottle. And Saturnalia, what did you roll?
I got a 2, 4, and a 1.
2, 4, and a 1. So you are now at a 10 pressure.
I'm just like,
Yeah. So now is the time, and you throw the grenade, and it goes spiraling through the air. About the same time, Mistletoe, you see people bringing the bottle and the cups to their lips and immediately spitting it out because it tastes like bleach and chlorine and not champagne. Their just spit takes across the entire floor as the grenade sails through the air and doesn't even make it to the chandelier as it hits the floor and it goes off. I need everybody but Saturnalia, since you're all on the floor, to roll your block stat for me.
Oh boy.
All right, Gingerbread.
1 success and a 1.
1 success and a 1. You go up to 4 on your pressure scale. Mistletoe.
2 successes and a 5.
You are up to 12 on your pressure scale. And deck them all.
5 and a 1.
You are up to 1 on your pressure scale. You manage to not get completely knocked over by the sudden sonic pulse from this grenade that hits the floor, but half of the party does, slipping on the spilled liquid of the bleach and chlorine on the floor and the champagne. Many of them grab their ears. Between the crashing and the spitting, and now the sonic grenade going off, it is very clearly sabotage in this room.
Gonna look at Gingerbread and be like, can we bring out the fire things now?
I mean, I guess. At this point,
Score! And I'm just
Yeah, I
pulling it
mean-
out and just
You're just gonna start torching.
Hey.
All right, you don't even need to roll for that. The chemicals that are on the floor catch fire And now the room is starting to, like, parts of the room are starting to burn and flare up. And Nicholas Santos is looking around confused, and he sees you, Mistletoe, with your flamethrower.
I'm
And your
screaming,
friend
Christmas is for everyone!
remind me of
Eat
your
the-
Christmas wishes again.
Make someone understand the true meaning of Christmas.
And what's your other one?
Find a present for a sibling or mom.
All right, so you're not quite there just yet.
Getting close. I'm really pushing that, you better understand.
Nicholas Santos sees you screaming and sees your friend next to you. He just goes, intruders.
Get the tree. Let's get the tree. Save the tree. Come on. Run, 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 run.
You're all
Okay.
just gonna book it.
I think we're gonna
that's-
start booking it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I can, hopefully while running, try to redirect my little cleaning bot minions. Go forth,
So-
Roombas of Doom!
So as the four of you are running, Saturn, you're jumping from the stairs to like catch up with them, and you're running as everybody's like regrouping and trying to figure out what's going on. You see a half dozen little Roombas just come shooting out from the hall onto the floor, just dragging the liquid all over the floor, spinning out sideways. It's just a heavy catastrophe. You're running, and you
turn
hear
around
Nicholas.
Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I cut over you, so you finish what you're doing.
Oh no, you'll want to finish what you were saying first.
Weed blaster.
Okay, so more fire.
More fire.
Yes.
Okay.
As we're running.
Yeah, the Roombas are now catching fire, and there's
That's good.
little fireballs spinning around the floor.
Yep.
As you're running, you hear Nicholas Santos go, "Oh no, you don't!" And any of you that turn around at his words see him reach in his pocket and push a button, and something at the back of the room lights up. It's two big red circles,
Oh.
and you hear clank, 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 and it sounds like an engine starting up. And it starts moving forward, and moving into the room is a 12-foot tall metal animatronic reindeer starting to plow its way through the room as its eyes start glowing brighter and brighter and brighter.
Excuse you, that's our thing?
Can I throw the book of etiquette at Santa, Nicholas?
You certainly can. You certainly
Throw
can.
it.
You have to roll your kick stat, and I will remind you that you are at a 12 on your pressure scale. If you hit
Ooh.
15, bad things happen, and you may be out of the game.
Ah. You know what?
Which,
I'm gonna do it because
Okay.
I mean,
Oh,
how
no.
often do I get a chance to throw etiquette in somebody's face like that?
Okay.
oh,
Oh, that was good. Okay, so I got a success,
Uh-huh.
and then my lowest is a 2.
You are at a 14 on your pressure scale.
Yeah, I know.
As the book glances off of Santos's head, he's like, "Ah, what? Who throws books?" As the reindeer is coming closer, his eyes are glowing brighter. Eyes are glowing brighter. Are you running?
Running, running, running.
Yeah.
they're
Right.
running. I'm going to pause for a moment and at the doorways. And how much is in that can of the explodey foam that I have?
It's about like a 12-ounce can. It's about a 12-ounce can. You have to spray it, and then you have to actually detonate it, or
I assume I have,
detonate the can.
I mean, I assume I have the means to do
You do.
to detonate it from a distance. I would
You
hope
do.
so, dear God. So first off, I'm basically going to stop at the doorway, and I'm going to just lay down a nice line of that,
Mhm.
And then I'm booking it.
Okay.
Quick question before I run out of the room, can I grab another bottle of champagne that's not poisoned?
You just grab a bottle off of a waiter who.
That makes a good gift for mom or sibling.
Yes, it does, and you do clear your 14.
Oh my God.
But as two of you have done actions that put you towards the back of the group, you're going to have to roll your block stat for me.
That tracks.
I got a 5 and a 1.
Okay, so you're at 1 pressure.
I got a 6 and a 1.
You are now at 2 pressure. The eyes finally stop intensifying in their glow as 2 laser beams shoot straight out of the eyes towards your fleeing forms.
Oh, rude.
As you both manage to clear the door, the heat, however, of the lasers does hit the high X foam, and that area just explodes. And the 4 of you are running, and you can hear screaming from inside of the room as the reindeer start, and you hear a pounding as the reindeer's metal antlers start like hitting at the door, trying to clear a space so it can get through. Where are you running?
I'm going to yell because I assume Gingerbread is ahead of us. So I'm
Mhm.
going to yell to Gingerbread where the tree is.
Okay.
So
And so you're
Gingerbread's
running?
gonna start running that way. Yeah.
Yep, you're running, and you get to the closed door.
I am going to try and open the door.
Okay, you open the door. You see one big sphere covered in tinsel hovering near a broken stained glass window. More spheres seem to be outside as they're trying to go out and around, but it turns around and looks at you and scans you with a red light, and then just starts loud, high-pitched whining in an alarm.
I have the force blade. I'd like to use a force blade and just try and slice the damn thing.
Go ahead and you roll your kick for me and add 2d6.
Well, that's a fail. Lowest is a 1,
All right.
but
You're
then
you're up to 5 pressure. You take a swing, but the light got in your eyes and you just sort of whiff it underneath as the other 3 of you come around and see Gingerbread just totally miss this hovering drone. That's not really doing anything but complaining and whining in an alarm, might add.
I think it's just bitchy. Grab the tree. Let's go.
All right. I'll just ignore it then. It can't hurt. Can it hurt me? Did it hurt you?
I mean, they already know we're here.
I mean, yeah.
You're
So, yeah.
crashing from down the hall, and you hear, it sounds like that noise. It's much slower, as if the giant reindeer is like forcing its way down a very tight hallway, but it's coming.
Well,
Let's
time
go.
to lay down a couple more lines of that stuff along the way.
All right.
And we're
grab
grabbing
the
the tree and booking it.
Looking at where?
Back down to
Out the
Reindeer
door?
Hollow.
How are you exiting? How are you getting out?
Through a beautiful stained glass window.
There
Yes.
we go.
Yelling, eat
A
the
very-
rich.
Yelling, eat the rich the whole way through.
Eat the rich.
Eat the rich, so that clears pressure.
You force this tree through the window. Unfortunately, there's nobody here to hear your message as you're
Well.
screaming it. You force the tree through the window as you tumble through, and all the little security drones outside start whining, high pitched, as you pick up the tree and race down the mountain. You hear the crashing sounds from inside the manor as the reindeer is trying to push its way down the hall.
And I will probably take that opportunity to detonate some of those lines of foam that I put out there.
And somewhere in the house, more rumbles of explosions kick off. And you swear you can hear the faintest sound of Nicholas Santos screaming in rage from inside as you descend.
If we jump on the tree, we can ride it down the snow down the hill, and it'll be faster, like a sled or whatever they called it.
Does anyone know how to hotwire a car?
I mean, we can figure it
Pocket
out.
car?
I'm out of character, have a digital lock pick. I don't know if that'll help.
It does say. Where is it? Where is it? It does say brute force through any lock given time, so you'll be able to get into the car, and you may be able to get past the security to start the car. I'll allow it. You'll have to roll for it, but I'll allow it.
All right. I will try then.
All right.
I will express that to the group. I think I might be able to do it. Let's see. So what am I rolling then?
You're going to roll hack, and you're going to add 2d6.
Do it and pick a red car. Trust me.
We're gonna bring so many presents. Yay.
1 success and the lowest is a 2.
All right, you're up to 7 pressure, but the car manages to, after like multiple times, has managed to crank on as you jam the tree in the back of this convertible. And the 4 of you pile in. Have any of you driven a car before?
Listen,
I
dude,
can say
I'm a
I
fucking
have.
reindeer. I don't even.
Does a sleigh count?
It's been great to be bipedal here.
After another couple minutes, you manage to hit the right pedal and the car lurches forward, and you figure that's the pedal to do it. And you just put pedal to metal, racing away from the Snowy Mountain Lodge. Bag of gifts and the last living Christmas tree in your convertible.
And food.
And food for your friends and family down at the bottom, as you've successfully reclaimed Christmas this year.
Yay!
Concludes Wreck the Halls, the first ever playthrough of Wreck the Halls, at least live on stream. Don't know if any of you at home have played it before, but we can say you played it here first. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, my 4 players, for agreeing in less than 24 hours, or less than 48 hours time, less than 24 hours time, to just turn around and play this game with me on a whim. It's been a blast. I once again highly recommend go check out Thryn Henderson and Grant Howitt's works, such as this game and more. Grant is responsible for games such as Crash Pandas and Honey Heist, and Thryn is part of Furtive Shambles on itch.io. Check them out, buy their games, follow their Patreon. They make amazing things. We're gonna go around really quick and have everybody tell where you can find them, what they're up to. Their Twitter handles are below their names right now. We're gonna start with Joanna.
So my name is Joanna, and I was playing Gingerbread Reindeer for you this evening. And you will find me here on VBN, generally on Saturdays during the Vampire Takeover. We are on hiatus right now. We'll be coming back in the new year. And on the Changeling game that we have on Wednesdays, again on hiatus until the new year, and occasionally in random weird things like this. And Twitter, Hyrule Garner. That's it.
Over to Samantha.
Hi everyone, I'm Samantha McLarty and I was playing Mistletoe this evening, and you can find me on stuff for Vancouver, for Martlet. I'm on hiatus essentially for all the games until after the first of the year, but we will be returning with what was just announced earlier, I think today, Adjacent by Night, where our lovely little coterie has abandoned Vancouver and we are going nomadic. What adventures await us? I know that we are also going to be picking up London's Bleeding again, so Lillian Crawford will be returning. And I'm going to be running a 10 Candles game at some point, and I know that there's a whole lot of other stuff in the works that I'm probably forgetting, but hey, there is my Twitter handle right there. Follow me, you'll see all my things. I have a link tree that's just S McLarty. Follow the socials. I'll announce all the things that I'll be doing with everybody in the future. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm really bad at outros, so if I forgot anything, oops, my bad.
And now to Kat.
I'm Kat Smith. I show up in random places. You can find me as Dead and Glow on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram.
Right. And finally, Johnathan.
Hello, everybody. My name is Johnathan. I played the Chaos Reindeer Deck Them All. And I am also the community manager for Jackalope Live Action Studios. We produce The Night in Question, which is a blockbuster Sabbat LARP that we run every year in Austin, Texas. You can find me on a number of different shows on Twitch. I did 2 seasons of Cult Sinners and Saints over on the ttrpg theater channel. I did the Nuaden Chronicles for Weave the Tale, and then I was in Skin Deep on this channel, run by the absolutely fabulous Redhead Vixen. And you can also find me on TikTok as Noxeturnus. I am one of the leads behind the Exeter by Night TikTok LARP, and I am also running a live action version of Exeter by Night called Welcome to the Succubus Club at Midwinter Gaming Convention in January.
And I am Zachary Vado. I have been your storyteller for the evening. You can find me all over the place whenever we're back with games. I'm on ATL by night. I am on Adjacent by night. I pop up from time to time on Gehenna Gaming, Martlet Gaming, Carrion Comfort Studios, Bard's Playhouse, and now here. You can head over to my Twitter, and there's a pinned post of every game that I have run in 2021. Once this video hits YouTube, it will also be there. This is my 7th and final game I've run for 2021. Thank you all so much again for playing, for watching, for donating to Extra Life. We hope that you have donated, and we hope that you will continue to donate. And we hope that you all have a very Merry Christmas and wreck the holidays in your own way. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.